Hello everyone, I'm Punyakeerthi. Welcome to my Python for Generative AI learning series. In this series, we are focusing on Python basics that will help us to build a strong foundation for implementing generative AI concepts. So let's dive in and start today's session. Today's topic is Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming in Python. So let's start with introduction. When we start learning Python, most programs are small. We create variables, functions, and print statements. But what happens when applications become large? Imagine building a banking app, a student management system, or even a game. Managing everything using only functions becomes difficult. This is where object-oriented programming, also called OOP, becomes very useful. OOP helps developers organize code into reusable structures called objects. Today we will learn the foundation of OOP in Python, classes, objects, and how they work together. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand the basic building blocks of object-oriented programming. So let's start with what is object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming is a programming approach where we organize code using objects. So what is an object? An object contains data and behavior. So what is data means? Data means information, behavior means actions. For example, think about a car. A car has color, brand, speed. These are data attributes. A car can also start, stop, accelerate. These are behaviors or methods. OOP combines both data and behavior into one structure. This makes programs easier to manage, easier to reuse, and easier to scale. That is why most modern software applications use OOP concepts. Let's start understanding classes. Now, let us understand the most important concept, the class. A class is like blueprint. Understanding object-oriented programming in Python, the house blueprint to real house analogy. Before constructing a house, engineers create a blueprint. The blueprint defines structure, design, dimensions. But the blueprint itself is not real house. Similarly, a class defines what an object should contain. It describes what data objects will store and what actions objects can perform. Let's understand with an example. First class example. Now let us create our first Python class. So class dog pass. So I will take copy paste this to my code editor to make this. So when we run this, see code automatically runs. There is no issue with compilation. This creates class called dog. Let us understand this line carefully. Class dog, what that means? Class is a keyword in Python. Dog is the class name. It is user defined name. You can give any name. The word pass means do nothing for now. We are creating an empty class structure here. So class dog has pass. This code will create a empty class structure. Let's move to next topic. What is an object? We have created a class. So a class is only a blueprint. To use it, we need to create objects. Objects are real instances created from a class. So if you take the dog class to a dog instances analogy, let us create an object now. So we can, using standard dog, we can create the multiple dogs. As of now, I will create like this. I will take this. Now my dog is a variable here. So I created a class. I will take new code. So my dog is a variable. We are calling the dog object. When we compile, automatically it is compiled. Let's understand this. Here dog creates an object. This is the dog function which we are calling. It creates an object. My dog stores that object. So now let us print it. So my dog stores created the object and stores it in the memory, right? So what that my dog contains, let's print. So when you printed main dog object at this memory. Okay, what that means, let's understand. So the output looks something like this. This shows Python created the object and stored it in memory. Okay, so this is how dog class we can create. Later we can create an object. Okay, so real life analogy to understand class and object. Let us understand this with a simple analogy. Imagine a cookie cutter. So class is like a usable template or blueprint like cookie cutter. Objects are like individual copies made from the class, that like star cookies. The cookie cutter represent the class. The cookies created using it represented object. One class can create many objects. One cookie cutter can create many cookies, right? Like that. For example, if I create dog1 is equal to dog, dog2 is equal to dog, like this. I will take this. So we already have dog, my dog. So now I will do like this. Dog1, dog2, dog3. Let's print. So compile this. 3 dogs are created. 3 dog objects. Because one class, multiple objects we are creating. So each object has different memory, 2747. So one class, multiple objects are created and stored in memory. So all these are separate objects created from the same class. Each object has its own behavior and data. Then next topic is adding data to objects. Right now our class is empty, but real objects should store information. For example, dog name, dog age, dog breed. So class will be like a reusable template for digital dogs. So objects like individual copies made from the class dog objects, right? To initialize the object data, Python uses a special method called init. We will learn it deeply in the next video. We call them as dunder methods. We'll see that one. But let us see a small preview. So what I will do, I will create a blueprint like this. So now class is defined dog and we have definition init and self name parameter we are passing. Self will see that one self dot name we added. When we compile, it is compiled successfully. Now when we create an object, we can pass the value here dog1 dog buddy. The object stores the name internally. We can access it like this. Okay, let's do like this dog1 dog buddy, it is complete. So dog object is created, buddy variable we have passed. So self dot name is equal to name. It is buddy is stored in the name variable of class dog, and the dog object is created and stored in dog1 variable. Now we can access it like this. I want to access the name which I have passed. How to access that? I have to create the dog1, right? Inside the dog1 dot, if I specify name, automatically it will access the data and it will print the output like this. Now we know how to create the object and how to pass the values or data to the object and how to get access that variable stored in the class. Let's understand important beginner concepts in OOPS. There are two very important things beginners should remember. First is a class is not an object. A class is only a blueprint. Objects are created from the blueprint. Second is one class can create multiple objects, right? Let's take this and so if I have dog buddy, I created 3 objects. Rocky, Charlie. How to print now? Let's print 3 objects, right? Okay, I will go here. Dog1 dot name. In the same way, let's print dog1, dog2, dog3, dog2, dog3. If I print, see buddy, Rocky, Charlie, 3 objects, 3 different names we have passed and we can store. Each object stores in its own data separately. So buddy is dog1's data, dog2's data is Rocky, dog3 data is Charlie. In this way, multiple objects from same class stores own data separately. Let's understand why OOP is powerful, object-oriented programming. Without OOP, large applications become messy. So imagine storing thousands of students using normal variables. That would become difficult very quickly. Using classes, code become organized, reusable, cleaner, and easier to maintain. This is why OOP is heavily used in web development, game development, AI systems, enterprise applications, and automation tools. So, in modern software ecosystem, the object-oriented program is an foundation. So, it will help us to futuristic software ecosystem. So, let's wrap up our conclusion. In this video, what all we learned? We learned the foundation of object-oriented programming. We understood what OOP is, what classes are, what objects are, and how Python creates objects from the classes. We also created our first Python class and object. In the next video, we will learn constructors, the init method, and meaning of self in Python classes. Those concepts are extremely important for mastering OOP. Let's quick recap. In this lesson, we learned OOP organizes code using objects A class acts like a blueprint. Objects are created from classes. Python uses the class keyword to define classes. One class can create multiple objects. Object can store their own data. So we are end of the video. Thank you for watching today's session. This is part of Python for Generative AI learning series. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Also, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is in the description. See you in the next session. Thank you very much.